to invest in the new banana island called the Mayor of Housing.
We're building the most educative and the most generous YouTube channel in Africa because I discovered one of the most generous men on earth, Mr. Beast, has built the most entertaining and generous YouTube channel in the world. We want to build the most educating and generous YouTube channel in the world. And education and entertainment are the two E ratios. Last week we talked about money. This week we are talking about the real money.
My is China. I'm an expert global business solutions expert and your real estate success strategist known as the Mayor of Housing.
You're welcome to today's presentation. My name is My is China. I'm a real estate success strategist and the Mayor of Housing. And today we are on our live stream that we do every Sunday by 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. where I'll be taking you on a short presentation, answer 10 of your questions on any subject in the world that has to do with life, business, wisdom, success, or anything that will help you live a better life. We're committed to delivering value here, and you can just call this the value live stream because I'm Africa's biggest value monger. Last week we took a topic on financial literacy and I taught you the full details of money and the 7 things you need to do after money. And after that we chose a topic by Precious. We're supposed to be discussing time management and productivity today, but during the week I listened to my mentor, the most educated school dropout I know in the world, which is Dr. Cosmos Maduka, or add elementary 3 school dropout, because some people dropped out in the university or high school. People like Steve Jobs, people like Bill Gates dropped out at the university. So when you call school dropout and you don't mention the level, you won't know that my mentor, Dr. Cosmos Maduka, was just elementary 3, and he has gone on to self-educate himself and make a fortune. He gave an interview during the week, and those of you that follow me will see that I've shared that video. And he now mentioned a part of financial literacy that is very important. The part of financial literacy I taught you last week is the formula and the habit for financial literacy. The part of financial literacy we are talking about today is the identity and the substance of financial literacy. Last week we discussed what you need to do and what you need to know, which is the formula and the action. But today we are discussing the identity and the substance, who you need to become and what qualities you need to have for you to be attracted or for money to be attracted to you. So we are taking this presentation as Financial Literacy 2.0. This is inspired by my most educated elementary school dropout in the world, Dr. Cosmos Maduka. So if you want to see the video that Dr. Cosmos Maduka did, just use your camera or QR scanner to scan the QR code on your screen, or find a way to find me on WhatsApp. I have a WhatsApp channel where I posted that video and you can watch it. And in that interview, he called it the 5 levels of money, but I call it the 5 C's of financial literacy, the foundation of money substance, because the substance, when you hear women of substance, men of substance, is what you have become. Your identity is more important than an opportunity. You need to write that down. Your identity is more important than an opportunity, because when you become something, you become the opportunity. Those that are not yet something need opportunity to succeed. When you master something, you become the opportunity. So those who see only money don't see the real money. Last week we talked about money. This week we are talking about the real money. The real money is relationships. The real money is your qualities. The real money is what you become. Money is what you get. Real money is what you become. So people like me, we have become so much money that no matter how the economy is, no matter what country we are in, the value we are creating will always make us money because we have become valuable. So without becoming more, getting more has no lasting benefit. Have you ever wondered about Africa? All of us are focused on getting more. Politicians want more contract, want more appointment, want more tenure. Some party chairmen, even when their tenure expires, they don't want to leave. More and more. But without becoming more, even if they give you everything in this world, it will have no lasting value. That's why you see politicians that will be controlling billions when they have the more. After some years, they are broke again. You see Yahoo boys that will tell you they don't pick. Some will pick $100 million, which is like 160 billion naira. But give them 10 years, they'll be broke again. So without becoming more, getting more has no lasting value. And today we are talking about becoming more. So the most lucrative business on earth is the business of becoming. What you become, you cannot lose. What you get, you can lose. Like I've become a businessman and a real estate success strategist. Nothing on earth can make me unbecome what I have become. I'm a medical lab scientist, even though I don't practice. Nothing on earth can go back to the University of Nigeria and unbecome my becoming a lab scientist. I am what I am. So we're going to go to the 5 C's. These 5 C's will make you become so valuable that you will be rich if you do these 5 things, or if you become these 5 things. The first C of money is credibility. Second C of money is credible relationships. The third C is coherence or integrity. The fourth C is character. And the last C is competence. So we're going to take every one of them, what they mean, and 3 things you can do to become one of those things. Credibility is simply trustworthiness. How can people trust you? The more people trust you, the more trustworthy you are. If only 3 people trust you in this life, you are not trustworthy. If not up to 10 people trust you, you've not even started to be trustworthy. The more people trust you, the more trustworthy you are. And these 3 things will make you become trustworthy. Number 1, authenticity, or in Hausa English, kwapansincity. When you have authenticity, it's called originality, being yourself, being what you are. If you are educated, let everybody know you're educated. If you are funny, like the funny side of the mayor of housing, let everybody know you are funny. If you are a failed comedian like the mayor of housing, let everybody know you're a failed comedian. If you're a real estate success strategist, let everybody know you're a real estate success strategist. If you only tolerate excellence in your circle, let everybody know you only tolerate excellence. As a matter of fact, I have issues with a lot of people that bring mediocrity into my circle, and my authenticity of excellence does not allow me to tolerate mediocrity, and I offend people that are not excellent by firing them from my circle. So become authentic, be what you are, be the best. Number 2, whatever you are, without results, you are not what you say you are. Everybody has mouth and can claim to be anything, and Nigeria has a lot of claimants. We love titles in this country. And titles does not entitle you to anything, according to my mentor, David Ibiome. What validates your titles is results. If they say you're a real estate success strategist, how many results do you have? If you say, your generation actually makes me laugh. Some of you will say, I'm a page promoter. When we go to your page, you have only 1,000 followers, and your views only get 3 comments, and you want somebody to engage you as a page promoter. You said you're a brand ambassador. I go to your page, you have only 500 followers, and you want me to make you a brand ambassador. So results validate your authenticity. Without results, Whatever identity, authenticity, or title or claim you have is useless. The third thing that makes you credible is consistency. If you know anybody that knows me from secondary school, university till today, they will tell you he has always been like this. I'm a very raw, unapologetic, blunt, honest, and direct person. I say it as it is. I don't like artificial packaging. They will tell you he's always himself. What you are seeing in the screen is what I am outside the screen. I don't try to make facade. That's why even though we package these beautiful videos for you guys on YouTube, we still do the live where you can get it as raw as it is, and we still do the BTS, the behind the scenes, to show you that this guy is himself. So consistency of authenticity and results is what creates credibility. The second C is credible relationship. Credible relationship is not who you know or who knows you. Credible relationship is those that can vouch for you. 100 people know you and only one person can vouch for you. You only know one person. So the more people you know that can vouch for you and say, I used to have a brand ambassador, K.O. Baba. He will tell you that I fit pledge my kidney for mayor. If you have more people like K.O. tell you they can pledge their kidney and vouch their kidney for you, you now have very credible relationship. And there are three ways or three things you need to do to become somebody that has credible relationship. Number one, you need to be valuable. Many of you come into my DM to beg. Many of you come into my DM to tell me about your exceptional problem. Problems do not make you valuable. Only solutions can. Big men are not looking for people with problems that they will solve. They have enough problem of themselves and the whole world is coming to them for problems. Wealthy people are looking for valuable people. So what can you help this person to solve? What value can you bring to the relationship? Whether it's your friends, your classmates, your girlfriend, any relationship. Don't look for value or demand value. Become valuable. And number two, which is very important, give more than you take to a worthy circle. If you read this book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, you will see this principle in action. It's one of the basic 13 books I recommend for success. It tells you about the emotional bank. In the emotional bank of relationship, when you give, you deposit to the bank. When you take, you withdraw from the bank. So for you to build valuable relationship, you need to give to your circle more than you take. And it has to be a worthy circle, because if you give to a useless circle, no matter how you give your life. Like, unfortunately, there's a beautiful sister in Nigeria that gave her life to an unworthy relationship. She was a gospel singer, Osinachi, that sang Ekueme. She died giving to the unworthy circle. So if you are in a circle that does not celebrate you and does not deserve you, please Kawasaki from that circle. So give more than you take to a worthy circle. Number 3 is very important. Arouse the feeling of value. You see, some of you give the wrong way. If you give something and the people you give don't know you gave them something, they won't value it. So when I give, I make my giving arouse the feeling of value. Let the person you are giving, first of all, know how valuable what you are giving is, and let the person celebrate it. And if the person does not celebrate it, there's a verse in the Bible many of us overlook while jumping to the popular verse. Popular verse. Collins, if you are watching this, you share that verse with me. Matthew 7:7 is the popular verse. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open. But verse 6 of that chapter is where a lot of people overlook and run into trouble. He said, do not cast your pearls among pigs, for if you do, they will not only trample upon your pearls, but they will turn back and rend you. Pearls is precious things, so don't carry your gold, your precious things to give to pigs. Pigs are people that behave like pigs, that value nothing. Dirty people, low-class people, people without character. The Bible says when you carry your precious things and give to them, they will trample the precious thing and turn back and tear you. So if you have charity, don't give charity to pigs, people that will not value it. If you have a good heart, don't carry your heart and give to a man or a woman that will not value it. Before you give anything to anybody, find out if they are pigs. And then if they are pigs, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Pathfinder, or Tuama. Amen. The next C, or number 3C, is coherence or integrity. This is very important. Authenticity is being yourself. Coherence is being true to yourself. Integrity means you are true to your values, while authenticity means you are true to yourself. If you don't have the values of honesty, the values of faithfulness, values that are the same everywhere, you don't have integrity. And what is integrity? 2 is an integer. In maths, any of 1, 2, 3, 4, all those numerals are called a complete thing that is not a fraction. It's called an integer. A fraction is something that is incomplete. A complete number is called an integer. So integrity comes from integer. 2 is the same in Japan. 2 is the same in US. 2 is the same in Nigeria. There's nowhere where 2 is not 2, except my cousin that came, instead of second position, she came 2th position. Have you ever seen somebody that came 2th? What happened? My cousin came 20th. Those days. And they used to flog her when she doesn't come top 3. She came 20th. She now went and cleaned the 0 and left the TH. So my auntie saw it. I was so happy. Say, Chidi, but her second. Jesus. Was so happy. Bought this for my cousin. Unfortunately for my cousin, my auntie saw the teacher during the holiday in the market and said, see Chidi, she came second. The teacher said, which Chidi? Say my Chidi now, she came second. Are you? The teacher said, go and look at that thing very well. I'm not sure. My auntie now brought out the result, looked at it very well and shouted, Jesus! It's not second, it's 2th. So, for those of you that will get 30 in jump and add another 0. So 2 is 2 everywhere in the world. And that's integrity. Sameness of stand and core value. If you are somebody that stands for justice in the morning, you are there afternoon. You don't change like those that are decamping. You don't decamp. And there are 3 things that will make for your integrity. Truthfulness, honesty, and faithfulness. Please let me tell you the difference between the truth and honesty. The truth is the real thing. Like for instance, the capital of Nigeria is Abuja. That's the truth. Honesty is saying what you know as you know it. So somebody can be honestly wrong. Because if you honestly think that the capital of Nigeria is Ijabode, that's what your mother told you, and you grew up with that, that's a lie that you know as the truth. So if they ask you what's the capital of Nigeria, when you say Ijabode, you are wrong, but you are honestly wrong. So I see a lot of people saying, I'm honest. That you are honest, you can be an honest thief. For instance, I steal your money. You catch me, say, who steal the money? Not me. I'm honest. So finding out the truth is important because most truths are hidden in books. And that's why if you're a Christian and you don't read the Bible, you might not know the truth and the truth might not set you free. If you're a Muslim, you don't read the Quran, you might not know the truth and the truth will not set you free. Those Boko Haram that are killing people are honestly killing people because they believe that killing people would send them to heaven because they don't know the truth. So truthfulness is more important than honesty. So finding the truth is very important. Then number 3 is faithfulness. Faithfulness is how consistent are you in doing something with your heart all the time. If you tell the truth and you are honest 10 times and you miss it once, you have failed faithfulness. Faithfulness is diligence of doing it repeatedly. So for you to have integrity, you must know the truth, you must say it honestly, and you must be faithful. The fourth C is character. Character is the totality of your personality and morality. These definitions are not on Google, they are my own definition. Everything that makes you a person and everything that concludes your morality is your character. How moral you are, and this is the pillar and the basis of everything. And this is the only place I will not tell you 3 things but 6 things, because if you remember half a dozen things. The 6 pillars of character. Number 1 is trustworthiness. If people can't trust you, you don't have character. Number 2 is respect. If you don't respect people, you don't have character. But the greatest respect is yourself. If you don't respect yourself, you don't have character. And one of the things about self-respect is when you are given unrestraint. For instance, you come to my house, I say there's money in the wardrobe, go and take as you like. You go there, carry the whole money, run. Forgetting that me that told you to go and take as you like, that I'll need some. You come to a big man's house, you say go to the fridge and take anything. You enter his packing store, look for Ghana must go. Empty the fridge. You don't respect yourself. And people look up to you for how to respect you. You are an example to people on how to respect you. If you don't respect yourself, nobody will respect you. If you respect yourself, people will respect you. Responsibility. The greatest lack of character in the world is when you blame people. You don't take responsibility for anything you do. Okay, why did you come to school late? NEPA didn't bring light. Our house is too far from the school. Everything you are doing, you always have a reason for not delivering results. That's the problem with lack of responsibility. One of the books that defines responsibility is this book, The 7 Habits. Talks about responsibility as being responsibility, your ability to respond. There's a difference between responding and reacting. If you are somebody that reacts means you just do whatever you feel like. Respond means you respond what is right for you to respond. That's responsibility. The next pillar of character is fairness. Fairness is so important because justice is the systemic fairness, personal justice, fairness. Manipulators are never fair. If you are somebody that wants more than you give, you are not a fair person. And number 5, the 5th pillar of character is caring. Love. Anybody that has character without love, sorry, your character is useless. So if you're not caring, your character is useless. The last one is loyalty, stroke citizenship. Loyalty to your country is very important. And you need to separate, I need to get the man that make that quote. It's Mark Twain that said that. He said, loyalty to country always, loyalty to government when it deserves it. I'm so loyal to Nigeria, I can do anything for this country. But for a long time, I've not been loyal to the government because very few governments deserve my loyalty. For instance, in Rivers State, I'm loyal to the Rivers State governor because he did 2 things that impressed me. He did 2 PPPs of the 20,000 housing estates by Taft City, Greater Taft City, and he made sure it was a proper qualified private person, and I know the person is qualified. He did another one called the Newport City, proper qualified person. So in housing and development, I'm loyal to Governor Sim Fubara for his loyalty to development. So it's such people that get my loyalty. So I have a quote that loyalty is royalty. Don't expect it from everybody. If you are not loyal, you are not royal. So a lot of people are useless. Don't expect their loyalty. But instead of expecting loyalty, you choose people to be loyal to. The last C is competence, your ability to do something useful very well. Please, it's not your ability to do something very well. It's your ability to do something useful very well. I see a lot of youth going to become competent in things that are not useful. If you are competent in social media sharing. You are not competent in social media creation. Nobody will employ you to share posts. People will employ you as a creator. So if your competence is not useful, it's not competence. And there are three things that will make you competent. Number one, how valuable your competence. Before you call yourself competent, what skill are you good at and how much is that skill valuable? Like if you are competent at cleaning houses with a mop, we'll pay you maybe 50,000 to clean a house. If you are competent at cleaning houses as a company with a set of professional people that do professional cleaning services, we will pay you 500K to clean a house. So there are different levels of competence and skills. If you are competent in selling pure water, we might make you a pure water vendor. But if you are competent at selling pure water machines to factories, you might be the country head or sales representative of a pure water manufacturing firm. So how valuable is your competence? Number two, how well do you know your competence? Some of you tell me you are YouTube admin, but if I ask you one question about the algorithm, nothing. If I ask you what makes a video go viral, nothing. Can you design a thumbnail? Nothing. So how well do you know it? And the last one is the highest level of competence. How hard is it to replace you? One of my greatest targets in any field I involve myself is to be irreplaceable. In Africa, you cannot find a developer or real estate developer that knows what I know and is as good in what I do as I am. And every day I'm increasing the bar so that as they are coming up, I'm going higher. You can't replace me. So when you get to that level of irreplaceable, you have become highly competent. So for you to be very competent, strive for mastery. Mastery takes repetition because all skills is repetition that makes you good in that skill. The more you repeat a skill, the better you become. And repetition takes courage. Unconquerable repetition takes unconquerable courage. For you to repeat something unconquerable times, you must have unconquerable courage. And repetition is mastery. One of the best guys that have put this in perspective, let me give you two examples. Michael Jordan, when he was thrown out of his basketball team for incompetence, he started every morning to practice 500 shots of the basketball. A few years later, he became a legend and one of the greatest basketballers of all time in NBA. There's a man called Michael Phelps. He's a swimmer. He's the highest single Olympic gold winner in history. He and his swimming coach prepared for the Olympics for 12 years without missing one day of practice. In fact, he said one of his greatest memory was the day he was going for his high school prom night and his coach allowed him to close training 45 minutes before time so that he can go and get ready. That's the only one time he didn't complete his hours of training in 12 years. And when he came to the Olympics, he won everything in swimming the next day for 3 years. I think he has 20-something Olympic gold, I can't remember. Opportunity. It takes 20 years of hard work for you to become an overnight success. In this live, there's a video I'm going to do very soon called Your 20s or Your 40s. When you are 18 years, you better start focusing on one skill. And between 18 and 38, master that skill. If you don't, between your 40 and 60, you will be frustrated and be begging. So it's either you are playing from 18 to 38 or let's call it from 20 to 40 and working from 40 to 60, or you master something from 20 to 40 and flexing and dominating from 40 to 60. So choose. So with repetition, you are sure to get results, but with mastery, you become the results. And all this I've been teaching you boils down to one thing: mindset. If your mind is set as 1,000 naira, competence, character, integrity or coherence, authenticity, and credibility and credible relationship level, that's the amount of money you have. If your mind is set on billions, all these 5 C's, you keep growing yourself to become a billionaire. So where you set your mind is where your mind is set. So if you set your mind as being a buncombe, your mind will be set as buncombe income. That's all I am telling you. And whenever your love, integrity, dignity is eventually bought, you never had one. If you say, I can never betray my wife, and somebody say, what if we give you 1 billion? You say, no. What if you give you 1 gazillion? If they eventually have a price that you can buy your character, a price we can buy your competence, a price we can pay you to compromise any of these 5 C's, you never had it. The real value is when you are priceless. There's no amount of money you give in the world for me to betray my housing dream. For me to live my dream and follow any rubbish. You like bring $1 gazillion, I'll still be the mayor of housing. So if you do these 5 C's, you become priceless. And if you do it, you meet me at the top. We're congregating here because we're building the most educative and the most generous YouTube channel in Africa, because I discovered one of the most generous men on earth, Mr. Beast, has built the most entertaining and generous YouTube channel in the world. We want to build the most educating and generous YouTube channel in the world. And education and entertainment are the 2 E ratios that Brian Tracy calls the success E to E ratio. Unsuccessful people spend 80% of their time on entertainment and 20 to 0% of their time on education. Successful people spend 80% of their time on education and 0 to 20% on entertainment. If you look at Nigeria, our entertainment industry is buzzing. Comedy, skits, movies, and all kinds of entertainment. And most of you buy your data, you complain that the country is not doing well. You are not getting proper education in your schools. And instead of using the internet for an alternative education system to educate yourself, bearing in mind that Jim Rohn says formal education will make you a living and there are no more jobs to make a living in Nigeria. But self-education will make you a fortune, and there's so much fortune to be made in Nigeria. So instead of being on the internet to educate yourself, you're on the internet to entertain yourself. We added the generosity part so that we can get your attention to learn. If you're here and you're not learning, you have all men most miserable, because these 5 C's we have talked today about credibility. Don't complain and look for people that have credibility. Become the person that has credibility. Don't complain and look for people that have credible relationship. Become the person that builds credible relationship because you give more to your value. Don't complain about people not having integrity, especially all of us has picked out the politicians as the people that will soak up all our blames, complain, and banter. We say they lack integrity, they lack character, they lack everything. How about you? How much integrity do you have? How much character do you have? And what's your competence? I get sick in my stomach because in Nigeria, I see that so many people are complaining of lack of employment, while people like us, employers, are complaining of lack of employable hands. You want to get one person to do one thing in Nigeria, and you see a lot of people with incompetence, with incredibility, with lack of integrity, with lack of competence, coming to take up the space that you want them to deliver a simple task, and they cannot. So the more people are incompetent, the more your competence becomes valuable. The more people lack character, the more your character becomes valuable. The more people lack integrity, the more your integrity becomes valuable. The more there are people without credible relationship, the more your few credible relationship becomes valuable. And the more people are not credible, the more your credibility becomes valuable. These 5 C's will build you a level of money that nobody can take from you. Because no matter how much you build your business, no matter how much you build your homes, you've heard of government demolishing estates. People can even take away your estate. You've heard of banks going bankrupt. People can take your bank account. You've heard of investment and stock market plummeting. People can even take your investment. But there's one thing they cannot take. They cannot take what you have become. And if you are credible, nobody can steal your credibility. If you have credible relationships, nobody can steal your relationship. If you have integrity, nobody can take it away from you. If you have character, nobody can take your character from you. And if you have competence, nobody can take it away from you. Financial security has to do with what you become more than what you get. What we taught last week was what you can do to get money. What we have just taught this week is what you can become to become money. When you become money, money will seek you out like ants seek sugar. No matter how you hide your sugar, ants will find it. When you are credible, have credible relationships, have coherence, have character and competence, no matter where you hide, money will find you. And that's my take today. So see you at the top.
To invest in the new banana island called the Mayor of Housing.
It's super duper amazing that you found my content valuable enough for you to watch till the end. Only 5% of exceptional people do that. You're exceptional and I deeply love and appreciate you. Don't just watch to learn, watch to take action. And the first action is subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any of our daily value action. Remember, only doers are winners.